It's the book of Philippians, chapter 2, and verse 12. In the King James Version, it says, "Therefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." Shalom, shalom, Akim, Kol Cholo, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Chakorash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, salutations unto the hopeful elect, to the few sincere Aquat who are listening in truth and sincerity. I say Shalom, the brother Gabari Allah, with another lesson. Alright, and this lesson is going to be entitled, Be That Unkillable Soldier. Okay, now I got this title from this dude. Pretty much his name, he's an actual person. If you look up the Unkillable Soldier, his name is Adrian Cartoon de Wiart. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But this dude was pretty much known as the unkillable soldier because of the shit that he pulled while he was in combat, while he was at war. So I'm gonna read some of this, okay, and apply the spirituality of it, okay, because we are in a spiritual warfare. All right, that's something that we have to really establish and take into account. Okay, so this is, I believe, AI overview, but it says, I'm just gonna skip to the point. It says remarkable resilience. Cartoon de Wiart's nickname, the Unkillable Soldier, stems from his incredible ability to survive life-threatening injuries and situations. Throughout his military service, he sustained numerous wounds, including being shot in the face, head, stomach, and groin. He lost his left eye and a hand, survived multiple plane crashes, and even escaped from a prisoner of war camp during World War II. Some of his injuries, it says, he was shot multiple times and endured several injuries, yet he continued to fight. His pain tolerance and determination were legendary. He once tore off his own fingers when a doctor refused to amputate them. All right, now that reminds me of this right here, real quick. All right. Which I'm sure brothers already know what I'm going to go at. The book of Matthew, chapter 5. All right, beginning at verse. I'll start at verse 28. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery already with her already in his heart. Here's the point in verse 29. And if thine right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. Alright, so that doesn't mean to actually cut off your fucking eye, okay? It's talking about anything that may have or may hinder you in this ministry. You have to cut it off, man. Okay, it says, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. All right. So yeah, going into pretty much whatever it may hinder you in this ministry, in this walk, is something that we should be taking into account, man. And to really try our best to be pure in the sight of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. So if you have anything where it might hinder you, okay, where you feel like it's straining you away from the Lord, okay, and it's not allowing you to really be in this ministry like that, you gotta pluck it out, man. That's if you're sincere, brother. Okay, that's if you're a sincere servant of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? That's why a lot of brothers don't really deal with women. Okay? And the brothers that do deal with women, they have their balance. All right? They have their balance and the ways that they go about things. Okay? So, obviously there's nothing wrong with having women. All right? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having multiple women either. Okay? But we understand that right now, uh, it would be unwise, if you don't have the resources to really maintain those women. Okay? Which really, all all these women aren't really virgins anyways. So, she's not really your woman. Okay, it's just all right. As the world would say, it's just your turn. Because a lot of these women are straight up demons, man. All right, you don't want to be caught up with all these women and shit. Okay, but this ain't a lesson about the woman. It's a lesson about being diligent and being that unkillable soldier. All right, being able to adapt, being able to endure things. Okay, it says verse 30, and if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Okay, all right, so pretty much being able to cast things away from you is something that you have to learn to do in this ministry. All right, being able to live without, being able to do without certain things in this ministry. All right, can you do that? All right, if this dude can do it for some damn worldly shit, how much else for the creator of the universe, the creator of all things, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? How much more for that eternal glory, that eternal crown that is laid up into us for us, you know? So it's very imperative and it's very important that brothers understand this. Okay, so that's why I opened up with the book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12. Now I'm real quick. Um, grab that in the see what it says on here. All right. It says Philippians 2 and 12 in the GNT it reads, so then, dear friends, as you always obeyed me when I was with you, it is even more important that you obey me now while I am away from you. Okay, because Yahweh Shai is not with us physically in physical form right now. All right, Yahweh Shai is up in the heavens and he's keeping an eye over us in the heavens. All right, that's why the scriptures say, for we walk by faith, not by sight. We can't physically see Yahweh Shai. We can't physically see the crown. We can't physically see his glory. All right, but by faith, are we able to, brothers are able to get visions, brothers are able to push, brothers are able to thrive, brothers are able to strive for this ministry and be able to cut off, okay? Being able to be that diligent, that unkillable warrior, okay? Being able to hey, even though it's gonna hurt, you know, you got to take it off from you, all right? You don't think it hurt that man to cut off his fucking fingers? Okay? That shit probably hurt like hell, but it had to be done, man. Just like us now, you gotta cut shit off and it hurts like hell. All right, it's because Jake is big on family, bro, and sometimes you gotta cut off family members. All right, and Jake real big on family. All right, you gonna tell me it didn't hurt you to not be as close to your brothers no more, to your favorite cousin, and this, that, and the third. Okay, because that hinders you, man. It really does. Being around worldly people when you're trying to be godly. Okay, that would be like Michael Jordan hanging out with, or that would be like Floyd Mayweather hanging out with a bunch of damn uh, party hoppers or whatever, bar hoppers, while he's trying to be the greatest boxer of all time, man. It ain't gonna work like that. All right. Either you're gonna be elevated, or it's like either they're gonna be elevated with you, or you're gonna be downgraded and demoted to where they're at. And I'm not trying to take that risk, man. All right. And really, it's not a risk, bro. The more you're around these people, the more you have to. You're choosing to be around these people, and it ain't, forced upon you, okay, so to speak. Brother got to be around Jake, the job and shit. Sometimes, obviously brothers probably live with their families. Some brothers got whatever situation you're in, man. Okay. Sometimes you gotta be able to separate yourself. All right. You're not gonna be able to hold someone's hand in this ministry, man. They have to be. They have to walk their own walk. They have to fight their own fight. I can't fight the fight for you. All right. Because your fight was specifically made for you, man. Just like an exam. Sometimes the professor will pass out exams, and if you try to peep at the other dude's exam, it's a totally different exam. Total different questions, total different trials, total different tribulations that he's facing. Even though it's the same topic, it's a whole different scenario, you know? So you got to work on your own salvation. You got to work on your own things. Okay, you got to do the spiritual growth. You have to do it. I can't do it for you. And neither am I trying to do it for you. Okay? Because I can't do it for you regardless. Yahweh Shemi Shai, he's looking. He knows whether you're sincere or not. All right? It goes on, it reads, so then, dear friends, as you always obeyed me when I was with you, it is even more important that you obey me now while I am away from you. Keep on working with fear and trembling to complete your salvation. Our salvation is not complete yet. We are not in the chariot yet. We do not have the changed bodies yet. All right? We're not perfect yet. We don't have that spiritual salvation yet. And the names are Yahweh Shemi Awashai, man. I'm tired of these fucking people always commenting on my fucking comment board, man. Leave, dude. If you don't like what the fuck I'm saying, leave, man. Ain't nobody forcing you to be on here commenting on my fucking comment board, man. Okay? You call upon the power you want to call upon. I'm gonna call upon Yahweh Shemi Shai. And let's see where the fuck that gets you, man. Alright? Anyways, it says verse 13. Because Yahweh Shemi Shai is always at work in you to make you willing and able to obey his own purpose. Right, man. The Lord is working with you. The Lord is working on you. He's perfecting you. Okay? By these trials, by these tribulations, you know, by the things you suffering from, by the things you suffering, it's all made perfect through Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, man. It's all of it is all of it is to complete his own work, his own word, his own purpose, purpose of the Lord. Okay, and what is he trying to get at right now? What is he trying to do? All right, Yahushua is trying to bring out his elect. He's trying to wake his elect. Okay, you know, but you can't do it without your own work, man. You have to work on this. It can't be, you can't just copy what a brother in front of you is doing, man. Oh shit, it's working for him. No, man, it's not how it works. It's your own spiritual growth. You have to take time. You have to put time apart to study for your own self. If you're just studying when brothers is around and you're not really putting the time in by yourself, and you're not really sitting there and you're not really praying and you're not really doing this and the third, you gotta check if it's for you or not, man. If you just on fire with the bros and that's it, you're not really working when it's only you and the Lord, that's a very heavy lack of belief. Because that shows the Lord that really you only believe when there's brothers around. You don't really believe. You only believe when the brothers are around. You're doing it for men. You're not doing it for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, that's why there's an old saying that goes, when you work in the dark, uh, the so I forget how the worldly saying goes, but pretty much, if you work when no one else is watching, you're gonna be rewarded when everybody is watching. Okay? It says, verse 14, do everything without complaining or arguing, so that you may be innocent and pure as Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's perfect children, who live in a world of corrupt and sinful people. You must shine among them like stars lighting up the sky, and that's exactly what we're doing through his own spirit and power. That's why we're not like these individuals. We're not celebrating Thanksgiving. We're not out here trick-or-treating right now. It's October 31st, 8:50 p.m. We're not out here doing shit of this world, man. I'm not looking forward to Thanksgiving. I'm not I'm not calling up my mom. Oh, mama, hey, what we gonna do for Thanksgiving? No, man. Those days are fucking over. When I thought as a child, I spake as a child, man. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. All that shit is childish, man. But these stupid ass people, they want to call upon Jesus, and yet they're doing all fucking sort of wicked ass shit, man. The fucking Thanksgiving plate is full of swine and shit, full of pork. All right, Thanksgiving, man. They did to our brothers, man, but you don't understand that, you stupid ass fucking Jake. Both northern and southern kingdom. Stupid ass fucking Jake, man. Okay, because what they do is they listen to what the scriptures say, but they only want to pick up what they want to hear. They have itching ears, man. They want to listen to what the fuck they want to listen to. They don't want to listen to the whole road, man. They don't want to take the sweet with the bitter. They just want to get the sweet and leave the bitter. That's not how it works, bro. Okay? It says you must shine among them like stars lighting up the sky. That's why they think we're so damn crazy. You ever talk to a damn Jake? Okay, you looking at them like, man, this fucking dude is bugged the hell out, man. The fuck wrong with this guy? Because we're not like them. We are totally rewired, man. We are totally in a whole different mind frame. We are not of this world, man. That's what the scripture say in the book of John, man. I believe John 15 or 16, I believe. Uh, where it says, because ye have or have chosen thee out of this world, man. Roughly paraphrasing. The Lord chose us out of this world. We're not of this world. We don't believe in the same shit that this world believe in. We don't bow the knee to Baal. We don't worship white man Jesus. We don't call upon Jesus. We call upon the true names of the living power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And we're working on our own salvation through that spirit. Okay? It says, as you offer them the message of life, if you do so, I shall have reason to be proud of you on the day of Hamashiach, because it will show that all my effort and work have not been wasted, right? All the talents the Lord bestowed upon us, all the lessons, all the camps, all the things that we done did for the Lord, standing firm for Him. That's all. It's not in vain, man. It's all in good grace with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's all to put you in the good graces of the Lord, man. All of it. Okay, so be that unkillable soldier, man. Work on your own salvation. Work on the things that benefit the Lord, man. Benefit your spirit. A lot of Jake don't want to fucking fast because it's hard. You know how beneficial fasting is to the spirit, to the mind? It's telling your flesh that, hey, you're not in control. My spirit's in control. Yeah, you want to eat. We're not fucking eating today. How about that? Oh, you wanna, get down with your lady? Well, guess what? We're not getting down with your lady today. You know? All right. It is. Hey, shit like that where some brothers like are big into semen retention. Okay. Some brothers may not have women. Okay. They go and they go get a harlot or whatever. All right. But it is what it is, man. You got to control your flesh somehow. Be that unkillable warrior. Okay. Some brothers had to put off their woman. All right, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. Fuck this. Because women are fucking demons. They'll lie to your face, man, with a whole straight face. Lie to your face, man. All right, this shit is real, man. These demons, these principalities, this shit is real. Okay? So you got to be that unkillable warrior, ready to walk away from anything and everything that takes you from the spirit. Okay? Don't the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, what will separate you from the love of Mashiach Yahushua, man? What's going to separate you from it? And should nothing separate you from it, man. It says, verse 17, perhaps my life's blood is to be poured out like an offering on the sacrifice that your faith offers to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. If that is so, I am glad and share my joy with you all. In that same way, you too must be glad and share your joy with me. Okay, so when we're suffering down here, we're suffering for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Because it's a hard fucking battle. But only you can do it. Because your battle is specifically designed for you, man. Whatever it may be. You can have totally different demons than what I'm fighting. Okay. Hey, but brothers, that's why there's brothers in the ministry, man. Okay? Because you're not the only one fighting your own fight. Okay? Some brothers have already overcome the demon you come overcoming or trying to overcome, you know. So this is the book of Matthew 7 and 13. It says, I'm gonna close it off here. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate. All right, and stupid ass Jake. Whoa, wait, it's a straight gate. What does straight mean? All right, you got to go into the words, man. And something that uh I picked up, that the elder apostles go into all the time, man. The elders and the apostles of the great millstone. That word straight means a hard time. Okay, hard to make hard. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Meaning, it's very easy to get led into the destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Alright, so many people are going to go to that way of destruction. Why? Because they have no discipline. They can't be that warrior. Alright, because the Lord has a select few who can be that warrior, who can endure, who can fight. Can you want to be found with those men? You want to be around those men at all times. As much as you can be. Verse 17, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and there be few that find it, right? There's few men that would want to walk this walk, who can walk this walk. That's where you have Jake that leave this ministry. And I pray and I hope that the Lord never take the spirit from me, man. And that should be one of your biggest prayers. Uh, that you should be sending up, man. And I gotta really get that prayer in the Hebrew knocked down. Okay? Because the Hebrew is ultimately, the best language you can learn it in, man. Okay, in any prayer, the Hebrew. Okay, and I gotta really get into that too, man, because I be slipping on that sometimes, man. I gotta be honest with myself. You know, but right, man, it's very few men who are able to walk this ministry, man. And if you find yourself believing in this ministry and believing in this word and believing in this truth, you can very well be of that elect, man, because many are called, but few are chosen. You want to be found of that chosen men, those unkillable soldiers, man. So with that, Lord willing was edifying, Lord willing was uplifting. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakwarash. The honor yet again to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone who run teach well. These blessings, salutations up to the whole